Oh, it's hot as hell, guys. A little cooler than it has been the last couple days, but a little cooler around here means it's like 100 today instead of 107. So, so yeah, it's still hot as hell, humid, subtropical environment. You know, Oklahoma, we get the Gulf Coast, you know, breeze coming up this way. So southerly winds blowing in, and it makes it subtropical. So yeah, sucks. But I'm out here. I'm out here again. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. I'm not down at the creek area and the trees and out in the fields this time. I'm up more by the house, the homestead that's up here, and I'm closer to that because I'm doing just a closer perimeter, you know. I think I might call this video Inside the Wire. I don't know. So it's more up close. So that's one reason I've not got my pack with me. I have it with me, I just don't have it on me. And because I'm right here, you know, I'm right here. So I don't need all that stuff. I've got medical stuff in here if I need that. But it's one reason I take off my pack a lot of times when I'm out there in the woods, because I've got stuff in these 2 pouches right here that if an emergency arises, I've got stuff right here, you know. So that's cool. I just don't have a shelter. I mean, I do in a way. I have one of those Mylar silver blankets, you know, in here. So I mean, that's, you know, somewhat of a shelter. But no, I'm just up here doing a close-up, you know, patrol inside the living area, basically, and all that. So you're going to see like some little bit of maybe some building and things like that. So, but yeah, this needs to be done too, up close. You know, I don't care what kind of property you got. I don't care if you have a half acre. Walk it, patrol it, secure it, make sure it's good. You know, avenues of escape, avenues of invasion, avenues of everything, you know, range of, you know, sight, everything, you know. So, but you know, sitting right here where I'm at, I can see the entire creek line. Let me get you switched around over here real quick. Get out of this area. I'll give you a little view right here. So, I mean, there's the whole creek line all the way down there. Everything. From that's about the corner of the property. Of course, on the other side of all those trees, it's farther down in there. But then to all the way, well, you can't see it, but all the way over here. So it's a good sized creek. So yeah, the old farm, you know. So got some, you know, some old buildings are falling down a little bit, but you know, some of that sheet metal and stuff could be used for shelters, things like that. There's just resources here. There's just resources. But no, that's what I'm doing. I'm out here doing that and just checking things out, making sure everything's good. Some blueberries I picked. Yeah, a little bit of blueberry water. Got a lot of seeds in there in the bottom. Well, that's just gonna about do it for this video and this patrol. Just like I said, like I said to myself, I guess, that I'm just doing a video up here close to the property, the actual living area property. There's nobody here right now, so keep an eye on it and all that. But this is an important part of it too. I go down there and to the creek line and the fields and all that stuff, and it that's part of it, but up here's part of it too. I mean, got to keep an eye on all of it. I don't come up here that very often to do this, but today I did, and it's hot as hell. It is a little cooler than what it has been. We have this cold front, more like a not as hot front, but it's still 100 degrees instead of 107. So, is that really that much cooler? It is, but it's not at the same time. It's hot as hell. But you got to get out here and do it. And that's what I'm doing. But being up here is a little bit easier than being down there. It's still hot, still sweaty, but I'm not directly in the fields. I'm not up and down rocks over this or that, things like that. So, but we got to do this. And one thing I'm thrilled with is that, I've been doing this for a number of years now. Hell, I even did this before I started doing YouTube videos of this stuff. I've done it since, off and on since the mid-90s. Not near as much, and then of course when I was doing the band thing in the 2000s or late 90s, 98, 99, 98, and into the 2000s, like 2005 or something, 2004. I was doing the music thing, so I didn't come out here and do that then. I kind of spaced that off because I focused on that thing. But in the 90s, I did this, but I didn't do it like I do now. I didn't come out here with all this stuff on and everything. I might have wore some camouflage, but I didn't do it as seriously as I do it now. So, yeah, I mean, you got to get out here and do it. And one thing I was going to say is I'm thrilled that I'm seeing more people doing this and getting out there and doing it. There's probably more people doing it than not doing it, that we don't see on videos or anything like that. I've had people comment, say that they do it too, but they don't have any videos and things like that, which is fine. It's not about making videos, I mean, the video thing is cool and all that, but getting out here doing this and doing the leg work and the training, basically, because it's heat acclimation by being out here. Scanning your property, knowing your property, knowing your deer, things like that. So that's exactly what that is about. So I'm thrilled that more people are doing this. I think this whole patrolling, LARPing, Minuteman, whatever you want to call it, it needs to be done. Whether you make videos or not, what I'm trying to say is, get out and do it. I mean, for one thing, it feels good to do it. It feels good. It feels like you've accomplished something. It feels like you're doing something for the better good, which you are, for your family, for you, for freedom, things like that. But it's got to be done. I mean, if we're, there's evil out there, guys, and I don't have to tell a lot of y'all that. There is true evil out there. And hatred and anger, you know, and half of it's been, you know, part of it's been manufactured, and they end up just feeling that way. Part of the plan, man. It's part of their agenda. But it's all misdirected and based on fake, you know, stuff, just to get you angry. Like calling patriots, for instance, our own president, calling patriots terrorists and extremists. That's just simply not true. You know, it's the communists and the socialists who are the extremists and the terrorists. But there is true evil out there that, even besides that, true evil out there that will take whatever you have, take your wife, your kids, your daughters, sons, some, you know, a lot of sickos out there. And especially in a time when the grid goes down. Hey, man, what happens if the power goes out for a week? People are going to go nuts. I mean, how is it already? I mean, if the lights go out and they're out for a week, you're going to see mayhem. I mean, how bad is it, you know, when the power goes out, let's say during a storm, and it's out, let's just say it's out for 2 or 3 hours. You know, that's not that big a deal. But, you know, you do get irritated because, you know, you're trying to do something, you want to watch some TV, or you're on your phone, maybe you're editing a video, I don't know. You know, whatever you're doing, it does get annoying, doesn't it? But just imagine, though, it being out for a week, being out longer than that, 2 weeks. What if it doesn't come back on? You know, get ready. You know, already seen some rolling blackouts. Hell, people are complaining about blackouts in certain areas of the county that I live in. We personally have not had one, but I've seen, you know, statements from power companies saying, oh, you know, we had an outage, you know, this, that. You know, they're telling people they're running their air conditioners too much, yet at the same time, don't use as much electricity, but we want you to get an electric car because you're using gas. It just doesn't make sense, man. It's all hypocrisy, and it doesn't make sense. It's all about power and control. But that's why we do this, you know. And the infighting. We've already talked about this. Some other people have talked about it. Let's stop that. We're all in this together. It's ridiculous. We are in this together. We want the same thing, ultimately. To be free, to be left alone, and just to live our lives as best we can. That's it. That's it. Too much government overreach. Already too much. And they want more. So that's it. We just want to be left alone. Stop the infighting. We're in this together. Stop cutting people down about people's gear and stuff. Let them use what they want to use. I mean, if it works for them, that's what I say. If it works for them, it works for them. You can't tell them they're wrong. If it works best for that person, whatever system they have set up, then that's the one that it works for them, and it's the best one for them. It doesn't have to be some kind of big ass, you know, $500 to $1,000 rig because you saw some, you know, million plus subscriber YouTuber wear it. I will never tell you, you know, I love this rig, this UW gear rig. I love it. This is what I use for this. And does that mean that this is the only rig that will work for me? No, but this is the one that I choose because it's very stripped down, very simple, very straightforward. I don't want something that's got to have 50 pounds of shit hanging off me. That's what a backpack or a battle belt type thing is for. Other than that, I don't need a rig with a bunch of molly off of it to hang a bunch of stuff that I'm going to be weighed down with and never use. The thing is, though, is that, I mean, whatever you choose to use, you know, if it works for you, then it works for you. Screw what anybody else tells you. I'm not going to tell you, hey, you know, this is a great rig. It really is. And it works, it's great, and it's solid. But I'm not going to tell you that it's the best rig for you to use. You have to figure that out for yourself. Figure out what system works best for you. What you see stuff online, different setups, different rigs. Whatever works best for you, whatever you think is going to work, works. If it doesn't, when you try it, because I've been through other rigs, tactical vests with pockets and shit, and it just, I don't know. I had a Condor rig. I mean, the Condor, it's nice stuff. But, you know, it was right here at the belly, and it was like sticking out this far. It was too much, you know. It was just, I don't know. And it had a lot of molly on it. It made me want to pack, you know, I was like, I'm like, put this on it, put this on it, put this. Man, I'd have been carrying 50, 60 pounds worth of stuff just on that rig. And it's like, I don't need that, you know. But that's what I'm trying to say, though, is that use what works for you. Hey, and if 50, 60 pounds worth of stuff on a chest rig works for you, then it works for you. I'm not going to tell you not to do it. It just doesn't work for me. And that doesn't, you know, but it's all trial and error, guys. You know, you may choose to use something like this or something different. You may want to, you know, use whatever you think works for you. And if it doesn't work, then you try something else, you know. But like I said, I've been through a couple different things. This one right here works for me. And it's quick, it's easy, and it's not very heavy, and I don't have to worry about hanging off a bunch of stuff, you know. So, and it keeps me mobile, and with this I can wear armor underneath, I can wear a backpack on the back, I can even wear a battle belt. I can wear all of that at the same time if I wanted to. But I'm just saying, it's very open like that, very modular like that. That you could, John, great idea, man. And I've seen others that are similar to this, but nothing that has the actual features this thing has, and just a little things that make this rig really nice. But like I said, use what works best for you. And if that works, whatever you got works for you, I don't care what it is. You know, if it works for you, then it works for you. And that's good. That's all that matters. You know, my opinion, Flannel Daddy's opinion, OG operators, whatever. It doesn't matter, man, what they say. It matters what you say to yourself and what works for you. You know, too many people get stuck on, well, so-and-so uses it. Well, so what? Who cares? I don't care. You know, I don't care what they use. I don't care what they say. I'm doing me. You know, you do you. And like I said, we're still all in this together. So, anyway, that's my rant. You know, just rattling on here, just talking shit. Everything looks good out here. I'm just sitting here in the shade. That's part of the up here, kind of the patrol, being this hot too. You know, you got to stay hydrated, but shade is key. Got a little bit of breeze, and you know, not overdo it. You know, move a little, stop a little, move a little, drink. Well, up here or down there, it doesn't matter. So in this type of weather, you got to be really careful. Winter's a lot easier, you know, on me physically. You know, I hate the heat. I do. I hate it. I've said it for years, and I have. I don't like the heat, but you still got to get out and do it, because you don't get, whenever the grid shit goes down, you don't get to pick and choose what season it's going to happen in. So you have to be ready in all seasons. But if it happened right now, it's going to suck, because it's hot. And believe me, it's going to happen wherever you don't like it. You know, it's going to happen when you don't like it. Anyway, that's my video, and everything looks good. So yeah, there's some dove or something over there loud. Anyway, keep it heavy.